I think a tough game, Drew, but I think the Swans, as Bernie said, have got the incentive.
I think maybe the Swans might do it too. North Melbourne won the toss and elected to kick from left to right of screen. John Mossop goes up in ruck, but the Swans come out with it. Potter gets the kick out of the centre, straight onto the chest of Higgins. Higgins goes long, but he hasn't hooked it back far enough, and the ball out of play on the full.
Yes, well, that was a good move from the Swans. It was quite an easy shot in the end. He had plenty of time to steady, and he should have made better of that one. Michael
Martin is taking this free kick from deep in that back pocket. There's the high flyer, a very promising player, this young guy on half-back flank. This is Bryce to Jimmy Cracker. Further afield it comes. Hand pass out wide. Kicking it down towards the forward line is Brett Allison, a beautiful pass. There's Jimmy Cracker, the short one. Further afield, he's found Mark Asiri. Off he goes. He kicks long. It's a long raking kick. It's through. First goal of the game to North Melbourne.
Yes, and there's the man who kicked it, Mark Asiri. Great movement of the football there from North Melbourne, bringing the ball from the back line to the forward line without a Swans player laying a hand on it. And Mark Asiri is only a small player. Takes it, didn't waste time, which was a good move because he may have been outside kicking distance if he had gone back and taken that kick.
Well, there's Mark Asiri, and North Melbourne first score on the board, a goal. There's Jimmy Cracker. He's a danger player. Centre of the ground. The quick hand pass comes out to Murphy. That was from Potter, a long kick. Coleman, yes! Good strong mark. Martin slipped over his opponent, and Glenn Coleman has marked 25 metres out, almost directly in front.
Yes, good strong mark to Coleman. Got the front position. And, of course, with Martin slipping over, it was very easy for him to take that chest mark.
Glenn Coleman, an excellent game in the last match. Up at the Sydney Cricket Ground from directly in front. Oh, stuttering sort of a run up. He kicks. And he's goal.
Yes, well, he's done the job over the last few weeks for the Sydney Swans playing at full forward. They really lacked someone on that forward line in the early part of the season, but Coleman, he is a big player. He's 6'5" in the old scale. Just having a look at that mark again, he did it well. He was out in front, and he has, that's one thing he has improved a lot over the last couple of seasons, is kicking for goal.
A lively opening, a goal apiece. The Swans win the ball out of the middle, the whistle's gone, and there's been a centre square infringement. It'll come back to the Swans anyway, to be taken by David Willis, the giant ruckman. Well, his hit out of the middle was nearly worth a kick, but his kick, in fact, is a lot better than the hit out. Inside centre half forward, thumped away out of defence. Running onto it is Potter, gets himself free, then gets caught. Paddled away, goes to Phil Cracker. He cuts his way through a couple of them, putting it wide, thumped up the ground. Mossop, good gather by the big fellow. On to Larkin. North Melbourne started pretty well here. In he goes to German, back to Larkin, but he missed him with the hand pass. Larkin puts it wide. Chance here for Allison. And Allison has kicked the goal.
Well, it's been a fast and furious opening here at the MCG. Both sides moving the ball quickly from end to end. And that's ended up with Allison kicking the goal. He's been a good player for North Melbourne this year. Here it is. Larkin was prominent in that build-up. Handball out to Allison, and Allison on that left foot made no mistake.
Well, absolutely perfect conditions here tonight. There's the Swans bench. Mark Eustace, Wayne Henwood back into the side, but couldn't get into the first 18. 2 goals, plays 1 goal. Gee, Willis is going in very, very hard. The centre bounces against Mossop. Another free kick against Mossop to Willis, and is he fair dinkum?
Well, I don't know what it was for, Peter. Mossop was puzzled by that decision. I think it was a good even ruck contest.
Well, there's Willis with the long kick towards the forward line. Coleman straight into the back of his opponent. It's knocked away towards the half-back line. That's McRae charging after it, number 19 for North Melbourne. He forces it over the line, half forward for the Swans. Well, if the early scoring is any indication, we're in for pretty high-scoring night under absolutely ideal conditions. That was Wayne Schwass with the big knockaway towards the boundary line, and Peter German, in fact, has knocked it over the line.
They've got a different setup to most teams, the Swans, with Byrne and Willis both in the team. Most teams going with just one beanpole. This one comes down to Healy. Hooks it up the boundary line. It's close to out of bounds, but picked up by Smith. Back to centre wing. Willis knocks out. German knocks on. Fairly well played. Pops up the little kick. Oh, Mitchell, you did well there. Otherwise, Jimmy Cracker had an open run. Comes to Carroll. Met by Fairley. Spills away to German. German's still in there. Oh, back to Willis. Tumbles the ball up towards half forward. Tui's there on the forward line. And going straight through is McCarthy. Whips away the hand pass to Phil Cracker. Beautiful pass. Sensational football by North Melbourne, and the mark to Clarkson right in front.
Yes, it was great play there by North Melbourne. The big player, Willis, made a little bit of a mistake, I felt, by bringing the ball into the centre of the field a little bit too soon. And there's a little bit of trouble for North Melbourne because Phil Cracker is down.
The kick for goal by Clarkson is true. And North have 3 goals on the board in the first 6 minutes, 3 goals to 1.
Yes, and he doesn't look too good, Drew.
Well, what a shame, because he delivered the ball absolutely magnificently to Alistair Clarkson. And I followed the pass because it was so good to watch. I don't know whether he's hit after he got rid of the kick.
Yes, I did the same as you. I was watching the flight of the ball, but it may be holding that right shoulder as he...
And you don't often see either Phil or Jim stay down for too long. They normally bounce up like a rubber ball.
No, this looks fairly serious. He must be fairly badly hurt. Oh, it may be the knee even.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I think it is.
Dennis Carroll diving across to try and smother the kick, and the stretch is out for Phil Cracker. Well, that's shocking news for Phil and North Melbourne.
And certainly the crowd, it's not a big crowd, but the skills of Phil Cracker, well, we always get a great delight watching him, Bernie.
Oh, they're greatly skilled players, aren't they? Both Phil and Jim. I know they always used to cut Fitzroy to pieces every time we played them. And this is a great loss to North Melbourne.
Well, his skills are just so beautiful to watch. And very sad to see this happening.
Well, the youngster, the 17-year-old, Jose Ramiro, is warming up on the boundary line, and he will replace Phil Cracker, and that is rotten luck to Phil and rotten luck to North Melbourne.
That's a very serious injury because they're not even bothering to take him off through the interchange. Straight into the rooms, and it looks like a serious knee injury to Phil Cracker, unfortunately.
So he's lasted just 6 minutes into the game, set up a goal, which looks as though it's probably cost him the rest of the season.
He's been one of North Melbourne's leading goal kickers this year too. He's kicked 27 goals. And only Jim Cracker with 31 and Alistair Clarkson with 31 have kicked more goals than him.
It'll be interesting to see Jimmy Cracker's reaction after that, whether it might really inspire him into a huge performance tonight, Drew.
There's nothing untoward in it. There's nothing that Dennis Carroll did illegally. He tried to smother.
That's right.
And just got there a fraction of a second too late to stop the ball.
Well, Big Willis at the centre bounce is all pumped up. There's Mossop against him. Great start this by North Melbourne, but they play well under lights here at the MCG. There's David Murphy. It's kicked away from him. It's on centre wing. There's a quick kick from McCarthy. Comes right down towards the half-forward line. The Swans trying to get it out, but there's Fairley, who had a great game last week against Carlton. Graham Cordy is the defender to grab it and kick it quickly to the boundary line on centre wing.
Well, Jose Ramiro was named in the forward pocket, but started on the bench. He didn't have long to wait to get his first go in league football. He's on the ground after about 7.5 minutes. And Arsiri, who was named on the bench, started and kicked the first goal of the match. Here's Murphy going back to Neil Cordy. Up towards centre wing. Higgins outnumbered. Big climb over the top by McCarthy, but no mark. Byrne. Up to half forward.
Murphy's hurt too, Drew.
Ackley takes the mark. Well, Ackley's kicked back towards centre wing. Mossop in front. Murphy back into the fray now. Chance for Bryce. Slipped it across to Smith. Open forward line. Ramiro for his first kick in league football. Couldn't gather, but it's picked up on the run delightfully by Allison. He's kicked to the goal square. Still a chance for North. and the ball rushed out of play.
Gee, Bernie, they're going in particularly hard.
Yes, there's a couple of sore boys already. Murphy's not moving very well out here on the wing.
Well, 3 goals plays 1 goal. Willis has been quite impressive early. Oh, he was looking for Bolton. North Melbourne, Allison. Oh, holding the man. It must be to Larkin. No, said the umpire. Quick hand pass. Comes out to Mitchell. Now it's Graham Cordy. He runs to the half-back line and kicks long. Larkin was very unlucky then. This player's a very impressive player. Young McCarthy played a brilliant game earlier in the year up in Sydney against the Swans. Nice pass. Finds Mossop. That was poor play. Hand pass. Well, he knocked it on, in fact, that time. Here's Stephen Wright. Centre wing. Finds Tui. Tui from half forward. Centres the ball. Back it comes. Right in front of goal. Good effort by Martin. Good strong play by Michael Martin. He goes wide to McRae. McRae. Oh, into the back. Centre wing. It'll be a free kick to North Melbourne. This could be the youngster Ramiro. It is Jose Ramiro. He's on centre wing.
So there's his first kick in league football. Up towards centre half forward. Chance for the Rovers. Whistle's gone, an over-the-shoulder free kick. And it comes back to Willis, who's made an impressive start. And the Swans really went for some height there with Willis when they were able to recruit him. And he's been a boon for them this year.
Well, he's only 20, Drew. He'll develop.
Perhaps a lucky mark to Carroll, but not a lucky kick. It goes 60 metres to half forward, but dropping back in defence is interstate player Smith.
Very reliable player, Ross Smith. Of course, his brother also played for North Melbourne and the Brisbane Bears, Peter Smith. It's on centre wing. Oh, this is played at the moment at a ferocious pace. That was Potter. Oh, that's too high on Mitchell. The advantage paid. Back it comes. This is Carroll hooking it back to half forward. And the mark has been taken there by Michael Byrne, who's had a good burst in the last couple of weeks. He's about 55 metres out from goal. A long drop punt. It's a good-looking kick. It's marked right on the line by Glenn Coleman. He's marked about 6 inches out from goal, I would think. And he'll be brought right around on a severe angle, I would think the umpire will say. Yes.
He didn't mark it surely right on that goal post.
I thought
he was in the middle of the goal.
I thought he was almost in the middle too. Well, that's an interesting one. I'm sure he'll run out to the right here and try. What a great camera shot. He runs out, hooks, and goals.
Yeah, that's a great start to Glenn Coleman. 2 goals early in the first quarter, taken from 2 strong marks. On that occasion, he probably could have even allowed that to go through. Here's a mark, and we'll have a look at where he took that mark again. Well, maybe the umpire was right. It was getting fairly close, but to the goal post. But I thought he brought him around a little bit too severely.
I think the umpire was right.
Well, what a start. 3 goals to 2. No misses as yet. Except one that went out of bounds. First kick for goal for the match. North back into attack. Fairley. They played full back a couple of weeks ago on Ross Glendinning, and tonight up on the forward line. Fairley just forward of centre wing. Long and high, just short of full forward. Oh, Willis drops back, and has he taken the mark, or did his teammate come over the top of him? No, it's going to Neil Cordy. Goes with the hand pass back to Potter. Short of the wing. To Graham Cordy. And diving on at Bryce, and the ball out of play on the wing. Midway through the first quarter.
Well, a ferocious start this. 3 goals North Melbourne, 2 goals the Swans. Willis against Mossop. A lot of strong work going on there. Graham Cordy close to the boundary line, and in fact he taps it over the line. Bad loss to North Melbourne early in the game. There's John Kennedy to lose Phil Cracker on night conditions. He is an excellent player. Well, he's a good player under any conditions, but particularly here at the MCG, he normally is brilliant. There's his brother Jimmy. Allison started off particularly well. Couldn't trap that one. This is Schwass. A handball out wide to German. German tries to centre it towards full forward. Longmire in front. He's got Carter to attend to tonight. Murphy to Bolton. And David Bolton. Oh, a precise pass that was. A bad hand pass from Potter, but eventually Carroll's good enough to grab it and bring it towards half forward. Byrne fisted away from him. Jimmy Cracker caught, loses it. Umpire says play on. Still on that centre wing area. Jimmy Cracker in after it again to Larkin. And the advantage is played as Ross Smith brings it right down towards Fairley. Fairley over the back. Oh, Ramiro rode that beautifully. Jose Ramiro, a beautiful pass. He was looking for a Siri and the little fella's got it. He's 30 metres out from goal. He's hooked it back. And I think he's goal. He has.
Yes, a magnificent goal there to Mark Arcieri. The two smallest North Melbourne players combining there. Of course, Ramiro only 178 centimetres tall. And Mark Arcieri 174. And there it was. Great skills from Arcieri. Around Cordy, onto that right foot. And you don't see many better goals than that.
And delightful play by Ramiro in his first game. Tui. Murphy, kick smothered. Oh, Jim Cracker. Skills of a magician. And a beautiful kick to full forward. Longmire. Couldn't quite take the mark. Graham Cordy's there. Kicks very close to out of bounds on the full, but skimmed it just inside the line.
So you have to earn your kicks against Carter, Bernie.
Yeah, very good fullback, Rod Carter. Been a great player for the Sydney Swans since he transferred there from Port Melbourne.
Willis goes over the top, wins the tap, down to Bays. Murphy a one hand. Schwass in there with him. Murphy takes it away. Beautiful play, David Murphy. Up to centre half forward. Higgins is there. Spoiled by Smith. Back to Higgins. Dodged the tackle well. Out to Stevie Wright. Great play by the Swans. Michael Burns 60 metres out. Not a bad kick. Right to the goal square. And the last minute spoil brings up the first behind of the night.
I was just thinking, Drew, that's a poor kick to just boot it straight up in the air. When you've got possession like that, Bernie, you should give it to someone.
Yes, well, there was the full forward had moved up the ground a little bit, and he may have thought he may have been able to reach the distance there.
Well, it's on half back. Well, half forward, in fact, for the Swans. This is David Bolton, and he's asking the umpire whether it's his kick. Long way out from goal, would be 85 metres out. He loves kicking on the left foot. That's a good-looking kick. Coleman at the back, yes! And he's a bit too good at the moment for Martin.
Yeah, he gave Martin a little bit of a nudge out too. But he's got great height. 6'5" in the old scale. Here's that little bit of a nudge. Could have even been a free kick depending on the interpretation there. But there was a little bit of interference.
Well, he's kicked two. And in good marking form, Glenn Coleman tonight from right in front. He kicks high and straight. Third goal to Glenn Coleman.
And he's kicking better than at any time in his career, Glenn Coleman. 3 goals in this first quarter. He's kicked the entire Sydney Swan score of goals, that is. And he's given Martin plenty of problems. You have a look at this replay again with that hand. A little bit of a nudge. I think there was enough interference there to nearly warrant a free kick to Martin.
Well, the hand was on the shoulder, in fact,
Bernie. It definitely
Bernie.
was, yes. But his kicking for goal has really improved over the last couple of years.
Well, we look as though we could be in for a very high-scoring night. North of the third highest-scoring team on the ladder behind Carlton and Hawthorn, and the Swans are in almost their record-breaking form of last year. Dennis Carroll. Long, inside half-forward. Coleman underneath it this time. Chance for Healy. Whistle's gone. It's a free kick to Coleman. Martin's being worried out of this.
Well, I'd make a move quick, smart, Drew. I think you would too, Bernie, if he has 4 kicked on him early.
Yes, you can't let this go on for too long. On that occasion, Coleman was in front.
Tripped him.
Did he pay it for the trip?
What do you think?
Well, I couldn't see any interference when he was trying to spoil, so maybe it was for the trip.
Well, Coleman's first 3 goals came from 3 marks. Willie's 4th come from the free kick. He'll be kicking from about 47 metres. Still night, no reason why he shouldn't get the distance. Well, he got plenty of distance, about 7 rows back, but out on the foot.
Bernie Quinlan said he's improved his kicking. He said 2 minutes ago.
Well, he's struggling once he gets out around about that distance, but Fairley's been moved down to full-back, I think.
Well, it's a quick move, but I'd probably have to make it. There's Mossop taking the mark on half-back flank.
Yes, Martin's off the ground.
Well, Darren Harris, this is a quick move. Darren Harris will go to full-back and fairly back to centre forward. You can bet on that. Harris is a natural full-back. Here it is at half-forward. This is Craig Potter, who's working overtime tonight. He switched onto the left foot and he brings it back towards half-forward. It's fisted away by Ross Smith, but Mitchell's there. Tui to Bays. Is a very long kick, Bays. A long raking drop punt. He's just off line and through for a point. But there's the move. Darren Harris to full back. 3-2 Sydney. North Melbourne 4 goals, and we'll get the pleasure of watching Harris kick in tonight. He really is a long kick of a football.
Swans into attack. Mitchell close to the boundary line and over the boundary line. Now, as a matter of fact, for a moment there, I was looking to see whether Greg Williams was on the ground. He is, and he hasn't touched the ball as yet.
Well, we might be able to pick up who's manning him. He's obviously been tagged.
Buckley's picking up Greg Williams.
Well, there's the job, Ben Buckley.
And Healy has had one hand pass. So one possession between the two of them. Amazing. A mark to Coleman. No, the umpire said it was just out and we'll have a boundary throw in.
Well, your old mate there, Bernie, he looks dangerous tonight, Coleman.
He's in fine form so far, Glenn Coleman.
How about that? One touch between Williams and Healy in 21 minutes.
I think that's unheard of. Well, there it is in the forward pocket. There's Larkin. Oh, beautiful hand pass. McRae. Dean McRae, a long raking kick towards half forward. Oh, good mark, Fairley. And I'm glad that he's back at half forward. No, you'll have to bring it back, Ramiro. But Fairley played an outstanding game on David Rees-Jones last week against Carlton, so I'd want to leave him there. A wobbly old kick will be a mark, was it? No, no mark to Swass. Play on, said the umpire, as coming down the centre of the ground is Murphy's caught. Could have been holding the ball. Larkin loses it. Steve Wright. Oh, this has been played at a ferocious pace. Allison to German. German to Longmire. Couldn't get there. Now he's got it. Quick hand pass. Finds Clarkson. An open goal. He brings it back. Oh, what a goal. Yes.
Well, you'll see two great goals in this first quarter. One to Arceri, and that was a magnificent goal to Alistair Clarkson on a very tight angle. Good play by Longmire to get the hand pass out. And that's what the big bloke must do on the forward line. Here's a lead from Longmire. It just falls short of him. A handball out to Clarkson, running into the forward pocket there, which made the kick very difficult. But he threaded that one through. A magnificent goal.
Greg Williams is in the centre square, being picked up by Buckley. Healy is down in the forward pocket, so maybe he's not 100% fit with that groin. Advantage free play to the Swans. It comes out to Tui. A long kick on the run. A chance! A great goal!
Well, it's goal for goal in this first quarter. And I think we've seen some of the best football that we've seen all year. It's been tremendous the way they've moved the ball from end to end so very quickly. Here's the replay. Advantage was paid. Tui dashes to about the 50-metre line. And a beautiful long kick there from Tui, a good 55 to 60 metres.
Well, there he is, the end. Both of them look alike, and being a natural backman normally, he would love to kick a goal. And at the moment, he's lining up out on the wing area. Five goals straight north. 4-2 the Swans. Perfect conditions. The MCG in magnificent condition tonight. The ball bouncing beautifully. Here they come again, the Swans. Michael Byrne, David Murphy. Long and high. It's another one to the Swans. Great play.
Yes, Murphy kicks his first. And rarely do you see such good kicking for goal as we've seen in this first quarter. 5 goals straight to North Melbourne. And 5 goals 2 to Sydney. Good handball there from Michael Byrne. On the end of it, the little champ Murphy. And he kicked a goal from just inside the 50-metre line.
Well, you talked about the Ian Botham look-alike. This is like Botham and Viv Richards on opposing teams slogging. Back in the middle.
Oh.
Willis crunched down to the ground and will take the free kick.
Must have ran straight at him there. Didn't even look at the ball, Drew.
That's 4 free kicks to Willis, all in the centre square.
Willis goes with a long left footer. Up towards centre half forward. Healy. Oh, a He hasn't been in the play, but as soon as he flashes in, one-touch football.
Yes, he's a class player, there's no doubt about that. He must be a good chance to win the Brownlow this year, Gerard Healy.
You can see that corset there that he wears, and with that groin, a great effort to be playing with a crook groin.
Yeah, he's definitely been restricted, hasn't he, over the last couple of weeks?
Well, the Swans have wrested the lead away from North. Their lead is 2 points at the moment. Healy from 48 metres. Coleman climbs again. This time a punch away by Harris. In the forward zone still for the Swans. Bayes on his wrong boot. Off to Healy. A second chance. Hooks it back, but out of bounds on the full.
Well, a bit of pressure put on Gerard Healy then. And he is a little bit restricted. This is a series. We're going to see a top game here tonight. A series to Jimmy Cracker. He dropped it. Steve Wright loses it to Larkin. Now, a lot of highly skilled players out there on this ground tonight. There's Fairley moving particularly well at half forward. Swass was cornered by 3 Swans players. Murphy to Tui. Further afield, Kellett. Oh, well done, Kellett. Long kick. Coleman again. Oh, nearly took it too. Ackley's there. Now it's Dean McRae. Beautiful defensive play by McRae as he brings it out and kicks long. Centre of the ground is Cordy. Couldn't take the mark. Eustace is there to back him up. This is Mark Eustace, formerly of Essendon and, of course, Richmond. To half forward, Steve Wright. And Ackley. Ackley himself a former Sydney Swans player, and he forces it to the line. And this game is being played at a ferocious pace and very, very entertaining.
We've had 5 goals apiece. I reckon the quarter will go about 35 minutes. It's been great football. Tapped out by Bryce, comes to Smith. He's kicked to centre wing. Bounces over the ruckman. Willis first back there. Absolutely thrashing Mossop. Mossop shepherded off by Carroll. Willis's kick not too good off the left boot. Gather by Murphy. Beautiful play. And then he's caught by Swass. Siri tapped it to himself. Higgins gets it to Mitchell. Free kick was going to be paid. Advantage to Williams. First touch for the night, Greg Williams. Off to Bayes. He's good on the left. Coleman at the back. Chance Coleman. Oh, he got a boot to it. Kicked it out of bounds on the full.
Tried to do a Maradona on it there, Peter. Kick it out of the air. One of those miracle soccer goals you often see.
Well, here's Darren Harris. He is a booming kick, and that's no exception. A long kick to centre wing, but they might lose it. They do. Bolton. Short one. The mark is dropped by Byrne. Here's Bolton again. Quick hand pass. Mitchell. Terrific pressure on out there. Bit of hip and that was played down the field, I think, against Matt Larkin. Oh, report. Matthew Larkin has been reported. No doubt about it on Barry Mitchell. The free kick down the field. It'll be a Swans free kick, and Matthew Larkin, North Melbourne champion. Let's see what happened.
Oh, yes, there's a bit of unnecessary rough stuff there from Matthew Larkin.
Well, Matthew Larkin, that's very unlike Matthew Larkin. Well, here's one of the longest kicks in the game. Mark Bayes has got the kick. 55 metres. Oh, look at that driving kick. Beautiful kicking style. He's just offline. Through for a point, but he certainly can kick a ball a long way, Bernie.
He's been in good form the last couple of weeks too, Mark Bayes. He's kicked 2 behinds tonight.
Harris kicks in. 70 metres. Huge pack there. Roving at Siri. Pass up towards half forward. Romero beaten to the ball as a magnificent punch away by Neil Cordy. Cordy has too much heart for first game of Romero. And they are a matchup. Willis and Mossop. And this time a free kick to North Melbourne. And listen to the fans. At last.
Well, he's given away about 5 of the centre bounces. Oh, good mark to Carroll. Good play to Bolton. Clever low hand pass, that one to Wright. Back it comes to Bolton, who seems to be in pretty good form. He brings it to half forward. Good, strong play by McCarthy. Allows Mossop to come in to Buckley. This is one of the danger Swans. This is Mitchell. A quick kick to half forward, but an easy mark taken by Ross Smith.
Well, the pace is a cracker. I don't know how they're going to play for 4 quarters like this. Up towards the centre of the ground from McRae. Oh, well played by McCarthy, as he gets it to Arsieri, a Swans player down, hurt behind play, and here's Kellett in the back line.
That's Murphy. Murphy again.
Well, Murphy's taken a couple of solid blows already. Kellett goes on with the hand pass. Oh, it's a 50-metre penalty. It's coming up the ground, which will bring Mark Kellett forward of the centre line as David Murphy looks as though it might be a kidney problem there. Kellett. Byrne is there.
Oh.
McCarthy. A real scrap in there. It comes out wide to Higgins. Left foot, hooks it, or tries to. Now, it's remarkable. The Swans have kicked 5 out of bounds on the full, and yet they've kicked 5 goals 3.
Well, this is up and down the ground from forward line to forward line at the moment. Murphy looks a pretty sore boy. I wouldn't want to lose him. If they did, it would even up the score a bit, because Phil Cracker is off the ground and certainly won't return, we would think. Carried off on a stretcher and straight up the race in the first couple of minutes of the game. This is Ackley to Mossop. And the ex-Geelong ruckman has taken a good mark at half-back. A quick hand pass. It was to German. German, a clever kick that time to Buckley. Buckley to half-forward and Ramiro. And again, they might have to make a move there. Cordy a little bit too good in the air.
Another 50.
And another 50. John Kennedy won't like that. And the umpire will speak here to Cordy.
Well, that's because Cordy's got a little bit too aggressive himself there. And really charged at Ramiro. So the umpire has stopped it where that incident happened.
He cut it short. That was interesting. Well, he was right, the umpire, too, because Cordy didn't have to do that. There's Schwass. He's caught. And the umpire said it was held to him right on the true centre wing position, with the scoreboard showing Sydney 5-3, North Melbourne 5 straight, with 1 minute and 46 seconds to go in this first quarter.
And what a quarter it's been. McCarthy bumped off it beautifully by Potter. Feigns the hand pass, eventually gets it to Mitchell. Puts the kick up wide. Beautiful play. Stevie Wright on the run. Great goal.
And great play there from Mitchell. Under extreme pressure, he got the ball out to Stevie Wright. He could have blazed away, but he just had that last-minute look. Saw Stevie Wright out there on the flank by himself. Here's Mitchell, just about to be tackled. And he really meant that pass. There's no doubt about that. And a handy goal with 1 minute and 19 left on the clock.
Well, the last couple of years, these sides have had some sensational games, particularly in Sydney. And there's the Swans runner. 6-3 to 5 goals. 5 goals straight, North Melbourne. There's Big Willis. He's caught. Oh, shovels him under. It's a clever little knock on that was to Wright. This is Mitchell. Over the back, Bryce for North Melbourne. Schwass, a bit of a fumble. You can't afford that against the Swans. Murphy gets it to Potter. Potter to Healy. Healy still nearly bounced into his hands. There's Cole with a quick kick. It bounces. Greg Williams has had a quiet night, but he gets in the hand pass to Healy. Back it comes, and is that a free kick? That could be holding the ball. Very lucky to North Melbourne there. And made no attempt to get it out, Dean McRae. And it's on. Darren Harris, he likes a bit of a wrestle.
Who is it? It's Greg Williams, I think.
Greg Williams in there, he'd be frustrated.
He doesn't mind one either.
He doesn't mind a little dip. But he'd be frustrated, Bert. He's had close attention.
Yes, he's been very quiet, Greg Williams. Only had the 2 hand passes. No kicks. So...
Well, Greg Williams had a controversial year last year, the year after he won the Brownlow, reported about 3 times, and he did come out publicly and say, if somebody tagging me and gives me one, he said, I'll whack him back. Just under 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Last chance for the Swans to get a score before the break. Ackley punches out. Here's Wright, running out of room and probably out of time.
Michael Martin's about to come on, and Ramiro off, and as we said, he was outmarked. There's Wright's hurt his shoulder there, but with time running out, Ramiro was outmarked badly by Cordy twice.
Boundary throw in. Bays tries to run onto it. Crumbs come out to Ackley. Siren for quarter time, and what a first turn. The Swans 6-3, and they kicked 5 out of bounds as well, so they were in attack a long time. North Melbourne 5 straight.
Well, that's rotten luck, Drew.
Yes, particularly when he was injured, the way he set up that goal. Beautiful play by Phil Cracker. Well, he's only going to miss the rest of this match and the last game of the season.
Well, you have to think about next season too, I would think.
Yes, they're not easy to get over, are they, those knee injuries?
Start of the second quarter, a 9-point lead to the Sydney Swans, and Willis wins in the middle again. It comes to Larkin, who was reported in the first quarter, would you believe? Bryce puts it over the top to Fairley. Fairley back on the forward line after a brief stint in defence. Hooked it. Through for a score. And the mark not counting to Carter.
Well, that'll be a great duel. The evergreen and very experienced Carter playing on a youngster and a promising youngster in John Longmire at full forward. Look at the kick by Rod Carter too, almost to the centre of the ground. Over the back is Murphy. Quickly gets in a hand pass, but grabbed by Schwass. Schwass, a quick kick, finds Cracker. Jimmy Cracker at half forward, a clever little kick to Allison. Allison sprints into the open goal. Oh, don't tell me he's missed it. No, he's got it.
A little bit of loose checking there by the Sydney Swans. Allison running into the forward line, and not a Sydney Swans player anywhere near him. Well, he's a good player. They've got some very good young players at North Melbourne side. There's a quick kick, found Jimmy Cracker. And Jimmy didn't waste any time. Got it over to Allison, and Allison had plenty of time to steady, get on that left foot, his kicking foot. And although it looked a little bit tight, it was a good goal to North Melbourne in the end.
No wonder the coaches went crook about the manning up. Very impressive, Willis, who makes Michael Byrne look like a midget. 203 centimetres he is. Down to Potter, up towards half forward.
Oh.
Well, courage shown by Higgins, but didn't come out with the ball. Ackley slides it away. Buckley to Jim Cracker. Centre wing, Mossop on his own. Slips it away quickly to German. Gee, they're finding some space. Fairly, about 10 metres clear. Hooks it to the forward pocket. Longmire, but too wide for him. And it'll be a penalty free kick into play.
Not good play, that. There's Wayne Henwood. Not good play to kick out wide. There's Carter, a short one, finds Bays. He's been in good form in recent weeks. Mark Bays is going to the back line's made a big difference to him. There's Mossop, disciplined, punches it away. Larkin cleverly to Jimmy Cracker. Cracker very rarely wastes a kick, and that's no exception. He's found Alistair Clarkson. He was off, and the umpire allows him to go back. He's kicked 2 goals, Clarkson. He's at the 50-metre line, right on the boundary. The lead was made by Longmire, but he telegraphed that one. Carter's too experienced for that. There's the kick by Clarkson, a shocker. And lucky, in fact, it didn't scrape through, and that's out of bounds on the full. Poor kick.
Yes, well, from that distance, he probably would have been better off centering the ball.
Swan skipper Dennis Carroll kicking in. Mossop punches. Jim Cracker gains possession. Back to Larkin. Inside half forward. Oh, great pick-up by Carroll. Back to the centre of the ground. Higgins taps, but Kellett overruns. Comes back to Toohey. Here's Greg Williams about to get his first kick. Well, he goes with a hand pass. Out to Mitchell. Oh, Jim Cracker bowled him over. Well played. And McCarthy, well done. To Schwass. Both teams looking $1 million. McRae to Larkin.
Oh, this is brilliant play by North, and that all started from Jimmy Cracker chasing his opponent. Great play, Cracker. There's Larkin getting it towards half forward. They both raffle it, Bryce and Fairley. And Fairley, gee, has he found form in recent weeks? Fairley, a short one. Can he get there? Yes, he can. Big John Mossop. Now, the way he kicks now, even the distance would be a bit of a doubt, I think, Bernie.
Yes, well, he'll be kicking from about, I suppose, 45 metres out, Big John Mossop. Well, there's no certainty to make the distance, I don't think, Peter.
Well, he used to be a very good kick at one stage till he had that knee operation. Let's see if he can make the distance and the accuracy. North looking good in this quarter. Let's see. Oh, that was a good-looking drop punt. It might just get there, or was it touch? No, it was touch. Play on. In fact, it's still in play. Carter to Bolton. And that just couldn't quite get the distance then, Mossop. Eustace back to Bolton. Beautiful play. Kellett. And Kellett from half-back. Gee, we're seeing some exciting play tonight. Over the back was Byrne. Now Ackley. It's a loose one. A dive in on top of it. It'll be a free kick to Gerard Healy, I feel, at half-forward.
Well, Gerard Healy, a couple of weeks ago against Carlton, Had about 40 possessions, even though injured. And here he finds his partner in crime, Greg Williams. And Williams has taken 1 mark and had 3 hand passes. He hasn't got boot to leather yet. And we're 5 minutes into the second term.
Considering he had 25 hand passes last week, Greg Williams, he had a great game against Fitzroy.
He tried to con the umpire then, Drew.
Good view of this one. Williams not bad when this close to goal, but he's put that behind. In fact, out of bounds.
Oh.
You would have thought it was impossible to miss from there. And some people with some derisive cheers there who had a better view of it than we did from here. Anyway, 2 points the difference. The Swans in front.
David Ackley has come back into a bit of form. He's had a lot of injuries in the last couple of years. Was a fantastic, probably the best back pocket player in the game when he was firing for the Sydney Swans at one stage. Playing alongside Rod Carter for many years. Punched away by Willis. Siri. Swans, there's a loose ball. Mitchell's had a very good night. Willis is unloaded by Larkin. Gee, is he going in hard, Larkin? It's still going on. Here's Higgins. To Wright. Steve Wright into an open goal. He's gone.
It hasn't been great pressure football from both sides. The tackling, the chasing, the harassing that we've seen from both sides. The tackling's been magnificent. Big Willis put his body in there. It was great stuff by the big fellow. He took the bump, but he put his body in the way, and that's all that has to be required. It's been great football.
Well, the way that Matthew Larkin went for the ball then, you'd swear that North were playing for a place in the 5, and that maybe Matthew Larkin was playing for the Brownlow that he might have got a couple of years ago. He was one of the favourites. (7-3 to 6-1) in a great exhibition of Australian football. Willis, oh, beautifully to Williams. Williams up towards centre half forward. Higgins. Well, he's not one of the big names, but he really puts in. Higgins up to Mitchell. Sandwiched as Healy. Crash to the ground. Picked up by Byrne. A snap. Close. Just offline.
Well, the goal umpire really had to move then. There's John Kennedy. Wonder what his thoughts are at the moment. They're playing some pretty good football themselves, but so are the Swans. There's Darren Harris, another booming kick. Allison was the flyer. Couldn't take the mark. Tui. Long kick towards full forward. The pressure's on. Harris is there, and he goes back and takes a good, strong mark. Harris.
Actually, the umpire paid a free kick, and his hand passed, and he's going to ball it up.
This is where that rule is bad, because he didn't know whether it was a mark or a free, and Harris would have thought that was a mark.
I agree entirely, Peter. There's no doubt. I thought Harris did take the mark.
Well, the umpire paid the free, as Drew said. Harris thought he'd marked it, and that's where that rule's bad. It's in front of the goal for the Swans. Here's a chance as Larkin kicks it away. Now it's Ackley. Now it's Healy. Smothered off his boot. Bolton. Oh, topped it high. Free kick to Bolton. 45 metres out from goal.
Yeah, true tackle there, Peter. Has to be paid the free.
Well, looks as though Matthew Larkin almost has scored a set with David Bolton.
Well, he copped it from double barrel one there. David Bolton loves to kick on the left. And he's going to kick on the left foot, and he's a natural right footer. There's Bolton, and I think he's put it through. He has.
So actually, indirectly, that decision by the umpire cost North a goal.
I agree.
Yes, and that's something. I thought he did take the mark there, Peter. There was a good, strong chest mark. Look at that decision again, where the free kick was paid to Bolton. Both North Melbourne players, really, there was crude tackles from both the players, and a costly goal there to the Swans.
It's amazing.
Mossop trying to hustle the ball out of the centre. It's a bit of a scramble here. We haven't seen much play like this all night. The umpire sorts it out with a free kick, and listen to the crowd. Martin.
Michael Martin's amazing how Bolton had that shot in the left foot. He's a natural right footer. There's the long booming kick. Bryce was at the back. Gee, they're going in hard. There's Jimmy Cracker to Marcus Siri. He tries to hook it back. He can't. He's put it through for a point. Marcus Siri's already kicked 2 goals. The little rover, there he is. 8-4 plays 6-2. just sneaking away a little bit as Mark Bays brings it back into play for the Swans.
Straight up the centre of the ground. Mossop easily. Well, should have been easily. And then the umpire paid it. Well, you wouldn't walk in cricket. A bloke took a catch like that. Mossop up towards full forward. Oh, roving Jim Cracker. What a goal! A sensational goal by Jim Cracker.
Yeah, great stuff, Jimmy Cracker. Read it perfectly. There's a sign, Cracker magic. That says it all, doesn't it? Great reading of it off the pack. Look at this again. The long kick from Johnny Mossop into the forward line. The pack flies. And there's Jimmy Cracker in the right spot at the right time. And look at that snap at goal. Magnificent stuff, Jimmy Cracker.
Yes, and there's no man playing the game that has quicker reflexes than that man you saw there. 8-4, plays 7-2, brilliant to watch. Here comes the series. Jimmy Cracker. Oh, punched that on cleverly. That was brilliant. To Bryce. Bryce, use of the body. Good play by the youngster on Cordy. Goes in again after it. This is Clarkson caught, held to him. Very unlucky. That was sudden death.
Bad decision.
It was held straight to him when he grabbed it, and he had no chance of getting rid of that ball. And there's Barry Mitchell taking the free at half-back.
Short of the wing. Williams in front. Can't take the mark, but wins possession. Back to Potter. One out duel here at half-forward. Picked up by Schwass. Classy mover. To half-forward for North. Good mark by Kellett at his third league club after stints with St Kilda and Footscray. And he was plucked out of virtual retirement and obscurity by Tom Hafey to continue his career. Buckley sweeps a hand pass. Schwass, clever. Martin backed himself and lost. Oh, that had to be holding the ball. And there was no decision on it. And the ball's gone out of play.
Well, I agree with you, Drew. He had every chance of getting rid of that one. The big fella's coming off Willis, and the raging bull is coming on. Wayne Henwood.
Well, it's been fierce enough. I wonder what's going to happen now with Henwood's presence. Potter. Close to the boundary line. And the thing might have bounced just about right on the line. And we'll have a throw in.
Well, there's Bernard Toohey and Michael Martin, but amazing before. Clarkson had no chance of getting rid of it, was called holding it. Martin did have a chance and got away with it. There he is, Wayne Henwood. To Potter. Potter, a quick kick to half forward, or nearly a good mark to him, to Allison. Hand pass comes out there to Henwood. He knocks it on further. Grabbed by Mitchell. To Healy. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell will hook it back on the left foot. Chance for the high flyers. Martin's there. Punch it away and over the line. Here, a disastrous start to the night, Michael Martin, when Coleman kicked 3 quick goals on him.
Still nothing in this, just 8 points the margin. The Swans in front. Henwood wins in ruck. Greg Williams plays the ball beautifully. Mitchell outside of his foot. And not far from being a goal.
Quick.
Nearly as quick as Jimmy Cracker.
8-5, plays 7-2, as Drew said. Not much in this. 9 points is Harris. Let's see the kick. Towards half-back. Oh, Murphy went for one of his big flies, but Schwass read it beautifully over the back. Towards half-forward, Fairley has picked up a bit of pace. German. Hit a German onto the left foot. Brings it to half-forward. Caught behind was Bryce. Neil caught him. Runs away with it. Wings it out wide towards centre wing. Ah, great skills by David Murphy. He brings it to Mitchell, and how often do we call those two players combining? Over the mark is Ackerley at the moment. He'll have to come back. There's the kick from Mitchell. Coleman a push in the back. Oh, the umpire's allowed it. How did he get away with that one, Bernie Quinlan? That is poor umpiring.
Oh, look at Darren Harris. He knows he's going crooked, the umpire, but here it is again, that push. Blatant push out from Glenn Coleman.
How could he miss that, Drew?
Darren Harris is having a bad night with the umpires.
Oh, well, there's Coleman. This could cost them a goal. Going for his 4th. Well, that's poetic justice. He's missed. But that was a blatant one.
He's given a couple of little nudges in the back, Glenn Coleman. Well, that one wasn't, so little, was it? It was quite a hefty push out.
Well, he's done it a couple of times, but that one, and Harris, you could see a great camera shot. The look on Darren Harris's face. Oh, it's punched to the ground. Grabbed by Potter. Here's a goal coming up, I think, to Coleman. Coleman straightens. He's put it through, I think. Yes.
Yeah, great stuff there from Glenn Coleman. He's kicked 4 goals, one miss also. He's been invaluable up there on the forward line for the Sydney Swans. On that occasion, he came away from full forward a bit. There's the hand pass from Potter to Coleman. And that's a magnificent kick for goal from Glenn Coleman on the run.
Well, Glenn Coleman's kicked 4 goals already, kicked 5 last week. So he's been in top form with the Swans pumping it down to him. High kick there by Allison, near the centre of the ground. Mossop kick smothered by Carroll. Goes to Bolton. Byrne. Henwood lost sight of it and was surprised to get the ball. High to half forward. Williams in front, as always. Goes to Higgins. Puts it out in front. Tui running onto it. Can he keep it in? He centres. Beautiful kick. Oh, Coleman's going to have 5 before half-time.
Sydney Swans player down.
Barry Mitchell down with a hurt shoulder. Well, what a clever kick that was by Bernard Tui.
Oh, he did so well to keep it in play, didn't he, in the first place?
Memories of Wayne Harms in there. A certain extent, was that ball out of bounds was the big question, Mark.
No, the boundary umpire was right there. He had a good vision of it, Peter.
Here's Glenn Coleman. He's had 7 kicks already. 8 kicks, 5 goals now.
There's 5 goals to Coleman. It's been a good performance. 3 in the first quarter, 2 in the second. But all the praise there should go to the man on screen, Tui. Look at this play from Tui. Out in front of Martin, keeps it in. The umpire had a good shot of that. He wasn't far away, only 10 metres away, and a very clever kick there from Bernard Tui, centering the ball. Glenn Coleman in great position to take the mark.
Yes, that was good play by Tui. Just sneaking away, the Sydney Swans. There's Larkin and Allison. They normally fight it right out North Melbourne, though. Grabbed by Larkin, bring it towards half forward. Oh, it's on behind the play. There's a vicious fight on behind the play. Were there some punches thrown in that one? That was really on. And they're still going.
Well, it was only a matter of time, I think, before this erupted, because some of the late tackles.
Well, the play's going on as we see Mark Baines, centre of the ground. A long kick. Coleman punched away from him. Barry Mitchell to Carroll. And the captain on the left foot. Here's a chance. Healy dropped what he should have taken. Coming away with the ball is Dean McRae. It's a couple of players hurt behind the play. They really copped a couple in that big fight there. Here's Tui. Straight to Martin. Grabbed by Henwood. Henwood a quick kick. Coleman. Oh, Coleman's running around like a... Oh, Cops running the back. Play on, said the umpire. Steve Wright to Greg Williams. A very ordinary kick by Williams, but it might come off because Carroll's got it. A hand pass to Healy and a goal.
That's great play by the Swans. But there's a few North Melbourne players. Larkin's in the hand of the trainers after that little bit of a stoush. And as I said, I think it was only a matter of time before a few of the players erupted because of some of those late tackles. A few of the players weren't happy about the way things were going. You could see it. The umpire allowed the play to go on. A good play by the Sydney Swans, getting it up to the forward line. And a great goal to Gerard Healy.
Well, the Swans starting to skip away now. 11-6 to 7 goals 2. Arceri kicks back into the pack. Has a second chance at it, Mark Arceri. Oh, he's bowled over by Henwood. The raging bull straight into things.
They've reversed that decision.
The free kick goes to Henwood. He takes it quickly. The Swans will wake up to that. 2-on-1 here. Wright is there with Bolton. Wright gets to the front. Now to Bolton. Cornered near the boundary line. Good tackle.
No, it's against 40.
I think the book.
Against Bryce. Against Bryce.
Well, there's a Shepherd behind play. And Bryce has been reported 4. Here's Shepherd on Higgins.
Well, Higgins was doing the shepherding actually, Drew, and Bryce came past and really let him have it. There it is. Higgins doing the shepherding, and a really crude effort there by Bryce.
Bolton goes low to Tui. Once again on the boundary line. He's bowled over by Martin outside the play. McCarthy. This is pretty hot, this game. Jim Cracker. Back to German. Away to Schwass. German to Schwass. That sounds pretty good. Out to Larkin. He's seeing stars, but he could take the mark.
Well, there's a bit of feeling out there tonight. I don't know what's happened before the game. They've been fired up, these two sides. Schwass to Jimmy Cracker. Out wide is Peter German. Callett's on his hammer. And Callett heads for the line and taps it over. And now they're on again. Oh, boy, is there some feeling out here.
Ooh.
I don't think they like each other, Bernie, these sides.
That's quite obvious, Pete, isn't it? There's been a few very late tackles in this match. Although there wasn't much in that one, it erupted again. What's happening here? A free kick going to North Melbourne.
To Clarkson on the boundary line, 65 metres out. A centering kick to Mossop. Well, fancy, unmarked inside 50 and just about right in front of goal. Tom Hafey, Ron Thomas and Kelvin Templeton on the Swans bench. In North Melbourne, they were involved in a most publicised game in London last October.
Oh. Carter and Longmire are having a bit of a dust-up then too.
Mossop from 50. Pretty close. That's a beautiful kick.
Well, it's a good kick from 50, John Mossop. He actually kicked with inside the 50 metres before and didn't quite make the distance, so an excellent kick there from John Mossop. But boy, we've seen some hot stuff here tonight.
This might fire North Melbourne up, Bernie.
Well, it could. They've really had a go at it tonight. There's no doubt about that. What their intentions have been, they really want to win this match, and their pride is at stake.
Well, 8-2 plays 11-6, so that's still 3 goals for the deficit. Haven't had a lot going for them tonight, North Melbourne. Here they come again. Allison, the short one. Up towards the forward line. This is Dean McRae, tries to tap it back. There's Larkin at the bottom of the pad. No, it's not. I think it's Fairley, number 6, yes. Ian Fairley pouncing on top of it. We've got 8 minutes and 12 seconds to go in this second quarter, and what a quarter. Shane Harris and Peter Carey have really had their hands full tonight. It's tapped back towards the line. Clever play by Williams to get it back to Mitchell towards centre wing. Henwood's got 2 men to beat, and Henwood thumps it to the line on centre wing right in front of our commentary box. And there's John Kennedy. Well, I think he likes this tough stuff. It won't worry him.
22 points the difference. Swans in front. Higgins backs into the pack. He's taken a solid one this quarter. Off the ground by Mitchell. Ackley streaming at the ball. Good bounce. Around Williams. Great play by Ackley. Siri off. Carroll, well done. But North get it back. Up to Martin. A lead by Longmire. This boy can kick it a mile too. So if Mossop could kick from 50, I fancy John Longmire's chance. He hoists it high but wide.
Well, you're right about being able to kick a football, Drew.
That's his first kick too tonight, so Rod Carter's done a great job on him.
Well, he won't play on many better fullbacks than Rod Carter in his career. There's Neil Cordy. That's thumped on by Byrne, but there's Larkin in the back. Must be in the back. Oh, the advantage is played. Wayne Schwass chips a short one in, was a shocking kick, and that is where bad kicking can really ruin a side's build-up. Callett gets it to Dennis Carroll. That was a poor kick by Schwass. Oh, brilliant play. That's not poor play. This is David Murphy. Brilliant from centre wing. Kicks long. Healy in front. McRae, the big thump away. Here's danger. Leon Higgins swings onto the left foot. Tries to hook it back. Can't do so. And puts it through for a point. But what a game we're seeing here tonight. Leon Higgins been in fine form in recent weeks. 8-3 North Melbourne. Sydney 11-7. And that a very anguished looking spectator there.
Another mighty kick in by Harris. Bounces to the back of the pack. Larkin, great play. He's got support. The hand pass, he might have to pick it up himself. Eventually to Arsiri. Just forward to the centre. Up to half forward he goes. Oh, they might have spoiled each other. McCarthy spoiled Martin. It comes away through Bayes to Mitchell. Back to half forward for the Swans. Bounces through the pack. Smith's back there. Leans back on this one. Spirals it towards the centre of the ground. Mitchell hacks it out of the air. Oh, good mark over the top by Henwood. No, man in front. Fairley.
Ian Fairley must have been moved to defence. Oh, there's Bryce putting the boot out. Oh, Larkin, geez, got great skills, this man. Looking for Cracker. Oh, could be caught, Eustace. Oh, well, honestly, I mean, earlier in the quarter we saw exactly the same thing, Bernie, and they played holding the ball.
You have to give the player some sort of chance, though, Pete, surely.
Yeah, but that's not consistency. They didn't do it earlier. Why do it now?
Yeah, that's very true.
5 minutes remaining in the first half. Kick comes astray. Carroll intercepts. Henwood's there, backs into them. Goes to the back for the Swans. They need the pace. Smith's back there for North. Toohey. Crunch. Down he goes. Oh, the umpire paid a free kick. Now advantage to Higgins. Long raking kick. 2 on 2. Healy. Oh, he was off.
Was that a free kick then against Martin, Bernie?
Yes, just have a look at Healy's mark. Good play by Coleman. He put his body in between the fullback and Gerard Healy. So Glenn Coleman did a very good job in allowing Healy to take that mark.
Gerard Healy for goal from about 25, 30 metres. Missed it. 1 goal, 1 and 1 out of bounds to Gerard Healy tonight, who has managed now 7 kicks and 1 hand pass.
Michael Martin, well, he ran straight at Toohey before, but I don't know whether it was a free kick. There is Healy. Of course, the umpire paid it. Healy, Fairley, I should say, towards centre wing. There's a nice mark. They could do with a couple of quick goals. That was Buckley, and a 50-metre penalty. Wow, this will take him right down inside the 50-metre line. Well, the umpires, they've got a tough job tonight. The way the feeling is between these players. This is Ben Buckley who's got the job on Greg Williams. Only 15 VFL games. They're starting to play the young players, North Melbourne. Buckley, the drop punt, a beautiful kick, goal.
Been a good player tonight, Buckley. He's had a big job picking up Greg Williams. Williams has only had 3 kicks and 5 hand passes up to this stage. I suppose you'd have to say Buckley, you know, playing on a player of Williams' calibre, to hold him to so few possessions coming up to half-time, he's really done a great job.
North back within 3 goals. 17 points the difference. Arsiri out of the middle. Clever little kick too. On an excellent mark taken down there by McCarthy. Defence into attack. And off the side of the boot. Mossop lost sight of it. Cordy should have marked. Caught by Jim Cracker. Possession to Schwass. Loses it in the tackle of Mitchell. Mitchell goes in and applies it. He's a great little tackler for a little fella, Barry Mitchell.
Great little player. That man on screen, Barry Mitchell, number 10. In every 11 kicks and 9 hand passes, 20 possessions he's had for the first half, Mitchell. So that's how well he's playing, and we come to expect that of him. There's Byrne, staging for a free kick. That was Mitchell getting it to Asiri. Asiri off the side of the boot. Who's there for North Melbourne? It's all Swans, and a good mark taken there by Mark Callett. Callett brings it out of defence with 2 minutes and 20 seconds of this quarter to go. It's a free kick to North, I would think, for holding the man. It is, and I think it's Jose Ramiro. No, it's not. It's Brett Allison. Allison towards the pocket. Oh, not good play by North Melbourne. They were caught behind, although it wasn't a very penetrating kick. This is Neil Cordy out of that last line of defence. Terrific game of football. This is Martin went for the mark. Couldn't take it. Murphy on the bottom of the pack. and the umpire will come in and bounce it. This time it's umpire Peter Carey, and he must have copped one there in the solar plexus, David Murphy.
We've got Mitchell with 20 possessions and Greg Williams with just 9. Asiri caught by Mitchell. It spills to Carroll. Just inside the line. A throw-in rather than a free kick. Well, they've been playing, the ground clock shows over 30 minutes and there's still a minute 20 left. So 2 very long quarters in the first half. Martin a high lead. Straight to Potter though. Bit of space here for Tui, but the ball bounces away from him. Oh, chance now for Tui. The hand pass on to Healy. But he misses with his snap across the face of goal and out of bounds on the full.
Probably could have run a little bit more directly at the goals, I thought, on that occasion, Gerard Healy, instead of trying to swing it back around his body.
50 seconds of play left, and North would want to hang on to what it is now. If they can let the Swans in for a goal here just before half-time, it'll be disastrous. There's Ross Smith bringing it out of defence. Oh, the bounce favours North. Maybe they can get a goal. Should have kept going then, McCarthy. Now he comes back. He's found the youngster Ramiro. They've got a loose man. This is Bryce. Time running out. 28 seconds of the quarter to go as Bryce goes short. And oh, that is a shocking kick. And that's a couple of times it's happened to North Melbourne as Eustace takes the mark.
Eustace up towards the centre of the ground. Bryce goes to ground and will get a free kick for a push in the back. Time's out for them though. 10 seconds left. And it's about 2.5 kicks to goal from there. Maybe just 2. A mark here would be handy. No, sir. And that is half-time. Well, an hour of football that's had absolutely everything. The Swans 11-8-74 to North 9-3-57.
Well, a bounce of the ball to start the third quarter. I wonder if this will be as hectic as it was the first half. And straight away, it's a free kick again to Willis at the centre bounce. That's about the 50 he's had from the centre against Mossop. Not good play by Mossop. There's Martin crashed into Jimmy Cracker. It's a loose ball. The man there for North Melbourne kicking away, Longmire. He must have been moved from full forward. Probably playing now on the back line. The quick kick from Ramiro out wide and in fact bounced before the line.
Yes, Darren Harris is now playing full forward. Longmire on the back line.
Well, they had to do something because he was well beaten down there by Carter. Longmire. There's Mossop. Williams, so he's being hotly pressed. Willis gets in a quick hand pass, but the umpire said far too long. It'll be a free kick going North Melbourne's way, and that is to John Mossop.
From just behind the wing up towards half forward. Punch away by Carroll, goes to Willis. And now Eustace to Kellett. Long to centre half forward. They stream down the ground. Full back in front. That was like a leading full forward, a mark to McRae. They really dealt pretty severely there with Healy at ground level, but Healy gives away the 50-metre penalty.
It could have been 50 earlier, actually, Bernie.
Yeah, I think a player is entitled to try to hold up the opposition and not let him run on, but it's up to the individual umpire's interpretation.
Harris led under the ball. It goes to the goal square. Pinched by McCarthy. No mark. Still a chance for North. McCarthy another chance. Went without it. Goes the paddle. Asiri roving. Near the boundary line. Buried in the tackle. Carried forward. Free kick for in the back.
Played well, Asiri, Bernie.
He's been a good player all night, Mark Asiri. One of the smallest players on the ground. And I'd say one of the gutsiest. He's on a very tight angle. Tough shot at goal, this one for Mark Asiri.
What a great camera shot of that one, Drew.
Moved there especially for this kick. Well, he could nearly jam this between the goalposts, couldn't he? Well, he goes for the pass instead. Now it's up for grabs. Oh, beautiful pickup by Potter. Was it a pass or a kick for goal?
That was
an
attempted banana kick.
Smith to Larkin. No distance, and he's missed it by 30 metres. A shocker by Matthew Larkin.
Well, you're the kindest man I've ever met in my life to say that was meant to be a pass.
Well, you're both full forwards. I thought you'd back me up.
Well, there's Potter bringing it towards the half-back line. Dennis Carroll doing the roving. Hooks it back towards centre wing. This is Michael Martin. He's caught. Well tackled by Tui. Longmire gets it to Smith. A quick kick, Cracker. Oh, smothered that magnificently, Cracker. Mitchell is there, goes to ground. He was held by Cracker. Jose Romero held to him, and I think that was a right decision.
Well, it was the same as that decision earlier when the umpire played the free kick.
When we went crook. When we went crook, you've got to have some chance to get rid of it. A big job for Shane Harris and Peter Carey. There's Graham Cordy, very jovial on the bench. He must be pretty confident of winning this game. Mitchell, in the back. Potter's been a terrific player for the Swans tonight, and he gets a free kick on centre wing.
His top performance by Craig Potter. 19 possessions up to half forward. Tui didn't get first touch, and then caught in a good tackle. Allison slips the ball away to Smith. Sweeps the hand pass to the top to Romero. Mossop gets to the front. Spoiled by Willis. Here comes Carroll. Helped out by Murphy. Oh, he runs into a brick wall, but he dodges round the brick wall. Top play, David Murphy. Puts it wide. Higgins. Smith goes to spoil and puts it out deliberately and gives away a free kick.
Well, the umpire right on the scene there as Drew Morford called it. This is Henwood, 60 metres out from goal. He's good kick too. He centred the ball. Coleman in front, gets whipped out of the way. Knocked down to the ground. Jimmy Cracker is there. Good play by Ackley, and was that on the full? Let's look at the boundary umpire. No, it wasn't.
Bryce now playing fullback also on Glenn Coleman.
Good thinking by John Kennedy. They had to do something about fullback. Coleman's had an excellent night. There he is, tapping it over the back to Mitchell. He's caught. Well done by Ackley. There's Bryce. Further afield it comes. Ross Smith. A quick kick out of defence, close to the boundary line. Just bounced before the line on the half-back line for North Melbourne. Half forward for the Swans. And there's David Murphy playing another fine game. 11-8 plays 9-3. The Swans in front.
Well, a lot of positional changes by John Kennedy at North Melbourne. Tom Hafey's always, during his career, been a little bit more reluctant to make changes. And here's a ruck infringement. Free kick to Mossop up towards the centre of the ground. Fairley and Carroll punch away by Bays, goes to Williams. Oh, look at the way he stood his ground, and they just went past him.
Bad hand pass out that one, Drew.
Yes, Mitchell lost it to Martin. Martin high, McCarthy down there, number 41. Gets rid of Cordy. Clarkson. Hand pass back to Arsieri. 30 metres out. Larkin is 40 out. Left foot snap. Harris is there, clears them, and goes through for a behind. North had many chances then.
Well, Larkin, they really did have a chance there. Larkin, terrific skills. I've never seen him go in so hard as he has tonight. It is not a criticism of Larkin. He's a fantastic player, but he's really been fired up. There's another man who's fired up. Clarkson. Kellett loses it to Jimmy Cracker. Was dragged down from behind. Play on now as Neil Cordy, a quick kick out of defence. Oh, the bounce favoured Higgins, but he's caught. That's holding the ball. Play on now again, said the umpire. Michael Martin ran a mile. Oh, did he go too far? The short one. Jimmy Cracker straightens up, and I think he has put it through.
Jimmy Cracker's kicked his second goal.
Martin has run 30 metres if it was a centimetre.
Yes, I'm sure he ran too far. The umpires have been pretty red hot on that decision this year, but on that occasion, Martin paid advantage. Look how far he goes. He took it in the centre of the ground, and he just kicked it right on the line. So he's run about a good 25 metres.
Well, it's a 45-metre square. Yeah, he's run the length of a cricket pitch. Well, North right back in this now, trailing by 10 points. They have the only two scores of this quarter. 1 goal, 1. Crunch, down they go. Mitchell. Here's Tui. He knows how to dish it out, but this time he cops it, and will get the free kick for pushing the back. Well, there are 40 guys out there tonight who'll know they played a game of football. To centre half forward. Schwass roves the pack. A clever kick round the corner to Smith at half-back flank. Up to Mossop at centre wing. Outnumbered 2-1. It comes to the back. Graham Cordy, first back there.
Free kick against Clarkson.
Yep, no need for it. No, just spoken to, Pete.
Oh, I thought he was going to pay it. A bit of a warning. Well, he even gave him one over the line. There's Mossop being held. You can see that. That's a definite free kick to Mossop. And that was the camera picked that up beautifully there up close. Mossop being held by Willis. The kick to Harris, punched away by Carter. Geez, a reliable player. Just always there, not flamboyant, but just does his job every week. Rod Carter, there he is. And they tell me he'll saddle up again next year. There's Michael Byrne on the bench. Here come North again. A quick kick was marked down there by Dennis Carroll. That kick was by Buckley. And Dennis Carroll is at half-back. He transfers play across to Eustace, and off he goes.
Out to Graham Cordy with Smith. Cordy goes the punch from behind, sets Smith up. Don't know about that, Cordy. And Smith is centering past a cracker. Ball by Potter. Oh, well played by Craig Potter, starring for the Swans. Long kick, Ackley drops the mark. Look at Toohey going in.
Oh, I haven't seen sides go in this hard for a long, long time.
It's been a good contest. Toohey playing on Martin, both ferocious type of players.
Well, North Melbourne are looking quite dangerous at the moment. The Swans can't break away from them. They're only 10 points in front. There's Buckley. Out of the centre, it'll favour North again. Oh, gee, Larkin was nearly run through by Graham Cordy, but look at the way North are going in. Asiri receives from Allison towards half forward. Who will get the loose ball? Oh, McCarthy copped it high. Play on again, said the umpire. Is coming away with it is Mark Eustace. Centre of the ground, but it's Ross Smith. They're looking good North. Over the back is Cracker. Larkin is there also. Murphy gets it to Callett. Callett a quick kick. Greg Williams leads out in front. Let's see the handball skills. Oh, beautifully done against Buckley. Greg Williams onto the left foot. Sets it up for Coleman. He's in the perfect position. Can't take the mark. Desperate play by North Melbourne defence as they bring it out again. Quick kick comes down towards Clarkson. Now it's Asiri wide. Let's have a look at Matthew Larkin. Let's have a look at the skills. He dodges round, hooks it back towards half forward, and North Melbourne have taken the mark down there, and this is McCarthy.
And this former Tasmanian looks pretty good. Represented Tasmania in the State of Origin Carnival in Adelaide in March. Broke his jaw. Well, those are blue on in the goal square. Players with their eyes off the ball. But here's a shot for goal. Couldn't pull it back far enough, Alistair Clarkson, from behind. But North doing all the scoring in this third quarter. They've kicked 1 goal, 2. We've been playing nearly 11 minutes, and the margin's back to 8 points.
Well, in fact, North are looking very, very dangerous, and it's been for 3 or 4 years now. North Melbourne have got a pretty good record against the Swans. There's Carter.
Oh! Oh, some big punches thrown.
We reckon that a bit of fire might have got out of the game. No way. As we see Asiri. Oh, he's charged in. McCarthy. He's collared. Look at this. It's grabbed now by Schwass. 45 metres out. A quick kick. Carter ducks back. Now, was that out in the full? It wasn't. And it'll be a throw in next to the behind post. But Bernie, North seem to have the momentum.
They've played well this quarter, Pete. I think Sydney Swans have got a few players very sore after that half-time interval.
Boundary throw in, another chance for North. Larkin's kick is smothered. It bounces back here. Romero hooks the goal, but nobody home. Dennis Carroll on his own in the goal square. Wide for Murphy. Schwass doing the spoiling. It's been good to watch Murphy and Schwass that contest all night.
Yeah, and I'd like to see a good full forward, a really top-class full forward playing the North Melbourne side.
Well, their forward line's been pretty poor so far tonight. Their key forwards haven't kicked a goal.
Oh, Potter does the ruck work. Knocks it straight to Larkin, who has time to roll a cigarette and have a cut lunch. Into Asiri, and he has kicked it. Oh, just offline. That would have made it interesting.
Well, again there, Bernie, Larkin, he was pleading for someone to lead, no one to kick it to.
Yeah, not enough movement is there on the forward line.
Well, they really have to find a really good forward. Maybe young Longmire eventually will make a top forward. There's Neil Cordy to Carroll. They're under pressure, the Swans. Graham Cordy. Oh, Ross Smith's done some brilliant things in this quarter. He's beaten Graham Cordy again. The quick kick comes towards half forward. Allison couldn't trap it. David Bolton. He's caught. Gets in the hand pass. Steve Wright. Callett. Half forward. Henwood from behind. Taps it down. The thinking was good. But this is Martin having a very good quarter. A hurry kick out of defence allows Bayes, or he couldn't trap it. He's tapped it on, the good play by Allison. Now it's Bayes again, and Mark Bayes nearly caught, but gets in the kick. A long raking kick, but it's a free kick too far, he ran, said the field umpire. So back to the centre, and it's Matthew Larkin.
Well, Larkin a bit lucky there because he put on a tackle that Bayes brushed aside pretty easily.
And he just held on to it a little bit too long, didn't he, Mark Bayes? He did the good work and just spoiled it by hanging onto the ball a little bit too long.
Actually, Larkin is not to take the kick. It's to go to Ackley just as well because Larkin's kick wasn't too good. Ackley to half forward. Carroll spoiling fairly. And we'll have a throw in at half forward for North, who trail by just 8 points.
An important game, Drew, for the Swans.
Well, a most important game because at the moment they're 7th on the ladder out of the 5 on percentage.
Well, it's 8 points the difference. It's at half forward still for North Melbourne. Mitchell to Bolton. Back to Mitchell. What brilliant play that was by Mitchell to go and receive again. He brings it to half forward. Steve Wright. He's got it. And the little rover sprints in. Gerard Healy ducks back and marks. 15 metres out directly in front. Great play, Stephen Wright.
There's plenty of room on the Sydney Swans forward line. The ball's been down in North Melbourne's forward line for a long time. And as quite often does happen, you get the ball down there quickly and there's plenty of space to move in.
Here's the kick. Gerard Healy has goal.
Peter German is back on the ground. He's replaced Alistair Clarkson. But good play there by the Sydney Swans. Graham Cordy's having a rest also. And onto the ground is Leon Higgins. But good play by Stevie Wright. He's been an excellent player for the Sydney Swans. And there it was, plenty of room on the Swans forward line. Healy with a lot of time to kick that goal.
Well, there might have been some facial injuries at half-time. Might have been a few players being stitched up. But Graham Cordy's been stitched up by Smith in this quarter and has gone to the bench. Free kick to Larkin in the back against Potter.
What a great player he is.
Puts it wide, don't like North chances here. Thumped down by Tui. Romero, oh, went the wrong way and met Willis. Here's the long and the short of it to Mitchell. Murphy always likes to move infield. Oh, he's decked after he got rid of it. A relayed free against Swass.
That's bad play.
Yeah, good decision by the umpire on that occasion. So there's been a few late tackles from North Melbourne.
Glenn Coleman from 55 metres. Kicked it a long way, but offline. And he's kicked 5 goals, 1 and 5-2 and 2 out of bounds.
Just seemed to kick that yellow ball a lot further than the normal one. They tell me it's the same letter. Jim Cracker, his brother, carried off with a serious knee injury in the first couple of minutes of the game. They really missed him. Bryce back to Jim Cracker. Oh, right across the head. Courageous. Now, is that Ross Smith? Let's see a close-up. Yes, now, well, he's got plenty of heart.
And
he's
tough.
He's tough as nails. Oh, dangerous hand pass. That's poor play by Wayne Schwass. Very poor play. David Murphy. Bryce over the back. The big fist away.
Free to Coleman.
It's a free kick to Coleman for in the back. And the North player is down. Ross Smith, we said he's tough. Well, if he stays down, he is hurt.
And Higgins is hurt also, so there's that many players hurt here tonight. There'll be some very sore and sorry boys tomorrow morning.
Well, Coleman has kicked 5. He received that free kick. He was in front.
I think he was dragged off it there, Pete, when he went for that mark.
Right, and Ross Smith is still down. Leon Higgins is hobbling off the ground. Graham Cordy will come back on.
And what a pity for Higgins. What a sensational bit of play to charge at 2 players, get the ball and quickly get it out to Murphy.
He's hurt that left ankle, Leon Higgins.
And Ross Smith is up. There's Leon Higgins. Smith is a very tough cookie. And he's up and he'll get on with the game. Glenn Coleman. He's kicked pretty well tonight. He's kicked 5. He runs out to the right. Oh, he's hooked that one badly. Lucky to get her behind. In fact, he's put it through for a point. He's back to his old kicking style there, Bernie.
Yeah, maybe a little bit far out for Glenn, kicking from 40, 45 metres.
And the Swans just with another bit of a break now. 16 points. The margin had been 17 at half-time. So for all North's efforts, they haven't really narrowed the gap by a lot. Buckley gets the hand pass away. It finishes up here with Jim Cracker. He's kicked a half forward fairly. This will need courage, and he does show courage. Harris is at full forward. Fairley goes in that direction. Harris with Carter. Comes to the back. Thumped up the ground. Arsiri in the back, where he tunnels it out. Intercepted by Potter. Short pass to Mitchell. And the Swans breaking. This is when they can cut you to pieces. Mitchell's kick a bit astray. Well played there by Price in front of Coleman. Well, he hasn't given Coleman a goal. They've had 5 to half-time. Kellett drops a mark. Mitchell paddles out. German back to his mate Smith, who's recovered.
Smith a high one towards the half-forward line. Oh, good play by Fairley. Fantastic play by Fairley. He deserved to get that. He put himself into the pack. Beautiful pass by Asiri. He's found German. The short one is on. Oh, boy, another North player down.
Oh, they clashed heads.
He copped it from Bolton. It could have been a head clash. We might see it again shortly. Eustace, a quick hand pass. Larkin, Jimmy Cracker. Oh, ferocious again as they dive in on top of it, but he's up. Was that Jose Ramiro, I think it was?
Oh, this is a tough game, isn't it?
Ramiro and Bolton.
Some of those clashes. Here we go, Ramiro and Bolton.
You have to wait.
Oh, I think it was their heads clashing.
Well, centre of the ground, Mossop. North need a couple of quick goals. Again, they charge in after it. Ben Buckley. Ramiro dives in again. And he was caught too high, said the umpire at the 50-metre line. Oh, Bolton got shoved down for his trouble too, Drew. Not bad for a youngster.
He gives plenty, doesn't he?
He's gotten into the swing of it.
Bit of Chilean blood in him, I think there might be. Well, he's found out that the heat of league football is white hot.
He's only 17 years of age, this kid.
Yeah, he's got plenty of go in him.
He's kicking from about 55 metres. Well, he's about 25 short. A dive by Potter, but no mark. McCarthy after him. Out to Mitchell. Or two, he loses it. Beautiful play as it comes here to Allison.
In the back.
No doubt.
Back to Toohey, the half-back flank.
And what North Melbourne could do for a forward. They have peppered the goals and they just haven't got anyone capable up there of kicking them at the moment. There's the kick. Mossop thumps it away and eventually the ball is forced over the line. 7 minutes and 10 seconds of play left in this quarter, and still the Swans, they haven't really shaken North Melbourne off as yet.
Big leap over the back by Graham Cordy. Comes back just as quickly. Arsiri jumps in the air. Oh, beautiful. Ramiro gets it out towards Allison. But from the goal square, it's Neil Cordy. Chance for Fairley. Good mark. Plays on quickly to Jim Cracker. Another clash coming up. Down goes Cracker. Crash. In goes Murphy.
Oh, that was bad play by Fairley.
Agreed.
He kicked straight across from the 50-metre line and would have given Jimmy Cracker a shot from about the same distance.
Well, they just haven't got those good forwards, and it makes them do those short passes to try and break it up. Willis, Jimmy Cracker's there again. There's Fairley, who's been very impressive. A quick kick. That was by Buckley down towards half-forward. Here's a chance for North Melbourne. Matthew Larkin. Yes!
Well, they've threatened for a long time, haven't they, North Melbourne, to kick a goal. And really, they've had most of the play. It's been in their forward line for, I suppose, 95% of this third quarter. There's Eustace in front. Siri, who really doesn't know when to give up. Been a great player for North Melbourne all night. Gets it out to Matthew Larkin running by, and Larkin kicks his second goal.
And the sign in the crowd told us, happy birthday, Matthew Larkin, 24 today. Arsiri kick smothered, Fairley's hand pass. Well, Bolton ran straight past it. Here's Larkin again. Trouble for Asiri, taken away by Bolton. Finds support with Tui. Comes in and tries to centre. Oh, Coleman almost. It goes to Williams. Lightning hand pass. Henwood. Bash. And Healy can't quite reach it and through for a behind.
Bad mistake up there by Larkin.
Now, Dixie Marshall on the boundary line. What about Higgins, Dixie?
Drew, he's just had a slight twist to his ankle. It's just been restrapped and he should be okay to get back on even this quarter.
Mossop receives. Schwass. Oh, it's a free kick down the field.
No, it's not. It's against Schwass. He gave Murphy a little bit.
No, it's down the field. It's gone to Fairley. Fairley, a high one. Will comment on. No, it's a mark to Harris. North Melbourne are not out of this. They're really hanging in there and they're looking good. You didn't agree with that, Bernie?
I didn't agree with the decision here because it wasn't Murphy who was the aggressor.
Well, Darren Harris has taken a brilliant mark. They haven't been able to do it all night. You saw that one. But here's the kick. He's a beautiful kick normally, Darren Harris, as far as length. Let's see what he does with the accuracy. It's close. He's missed. Now, they could really have done with that one. A bad miss.
Yes, they've really struggled at full forward. Longmire's had no success there in the first half. And Darren Harris, I suppose that's the first really big mark that the forward has taken tonight.
But most importantly, North have looked the better side in this quarter, Bernie.
Oh, by far, Peter, there's no doubt about that.
Kick in by Carter. Murphy in front of Schwass, and Schwass goes over the top of him.
Oh, he's a good young player, Schwass. Best and fairest in the under-19s last year.
Is that 50?
Yes, it is.
It's 50 metres.
Well, this should be a gimme goal for North Melbourne, and will get them within 4 points. What a decision that was by the umpire, Peter Carey. What a mark.
I wonder if someone ran across the mark. I think that's all it could have been. Someone ran across the mark. Mark Bays, I think.
Murphy's had 14 possessions, and Schwass is coming up for number 14. It's been a really good contest on the wing. Schwass kicks the goal. North trail by just 4 points.
Yes, very impressive young player, Wayne Schwass. Been a great battle with him and Murphy on this wing. I suppose you look at Donners, they'd be fairly even tonight. Tommy Hafey looking a little bit worried. And here's that great mark from Wayne Schwass.
Oh.
What a beautiful ride on the back of David Murphy. And of course, with the help of that 50-metre penalty, he was only kicking from about 10 metres out.
Four points the difference. North looking good. Centre of the ground, it's a free kick to the Swans for holding the man. And it's their champion little rover, Barry Mitchell. They could do with a goal here to stem the tide a little bit. It's a shocking kick off the side of the boot. Oh, courageous play by Martin. He's played a very good quarter, Bernie.
Yes, they're getting right on top, North Melbourne, in this quarter.
Well, they have some sensational games, these two sides. It's always close. This is number 19 for North Melbourne, Dean McRae, as he brings it towards centre wing, and again it's Mitchell in the way to take the mark.
In this quarter, North have kicked 3 goals, 4 to the Swans, 1-3. But here go the Swans. Running out of room is Wright. Centres the kick well, though. Chance for Coleman. Ackley bowled over by Henwood. Free kick to Ackley.
No, I think it's a free kick
Coleman.
to Bryce. A free kick to Bryce against Coleman.
Yep.
And this guy might make a fullback, Drew.
Well, North Melbourne, the youngest team in the league, average age 22. And they've got some height as well. Larkin rushes over the boundary line and will have a throw in just forward of centre wing. 4 points the difference, 83 to 79. 2.5 minutes left in the third term.
Well, John Kennedy, John Dugdale, former champion there, and they'd be pleased with what they've seen, although the amount of play they've had, they should be a couple of goals in front, I would think.
Yeah, they've wasted a lot of opportunities, North Melbourne, in the forward line.
It's a danger game, this, for the Swans. Everyone predicted it because North are great here at the MCG under lights. Perfect conditions. Kicked off the ground, down towards the Swans forward line. Ackley is there. Graham Cordy picks it up. Hooks it back towards half forward. Beautifully done by Longmire. A quick kick. Oh, Mossop almost took a slips catch. Oh, cleverly off the ground. Ramiro and Swass. Murphy for the Swans. It's a tough game, this. Steve Wright. Caught. Bays. Caught. Quick hand pass. Oh, the pressure's on again. Dennis Carroll. Back towards centre wing, but they can't get away from North Melbourne. The mark taken by Smith.
Kick by Smith to centre half forward. Fairly in the pack again. Rover needed. Shot for goal here by McCarthy. Harris. Plays on. And hits the post.
Oh, what haven't we had?
Yeah, he's kicked 2 points this quarter, Darren Harris, but he's really livened things up on that full forward line.
Well, this is the best game I have seen in years, without a doubt. There, look at the spectators. There's not that many here tonight, but boy, have they seen a contest. A ferocious game, as we see Rod Carter with 56 seconds of the game to go, of the quarter to go, I should say. Bernard Toohey, who'll get the next goal before three-quarter time. It'd be a handy one. Half forward, Graham Cordy. Oh, it comes off his boot. Byrne loses it. This is Buckley. Caught. Quick kick. It's thumped away. Asiri. Here come North again. Michael Martin's played a brilliant quarter. Over the back. Brett Allison. He's a left footer. He tries to hook it back to the pocket. Harris is there. And it's a push in the back going Rod Carter's way with 20 seconds of the quarter to go.
Don't know whether there's time left for the Swans to get at the length of the ground. North would need to get it quickly out of here. Oh, what a way to do it, McCarthy. He's not to know there's just 5 seconds left. And they're out of time. He's taken far too much time with this one. Well, here's the situation at three-quarter time. It's just 3 points the difference. 12-11 to 12 goals 8. North Melbourne back with a chance after a brilliant third.
He kept Coleman to no goals in that quarter.
Well, who's going to win it? Who'd like to guess? The Swans lead by 3 points. Mossop taps down but doesn't clear the ruck. Well done by Ramiro. And good distance with that kick as it bumbles end on end. Harris slips it away to Arsiri. Goal coming up, Larkin. Couldn't get it back far enough.
Free kick, Drew.
Oh, he's been downed as he was kicking. Another shot at goal, and North could hit the front here.
He's been a top player tonight, Bernie.
Yes, excellent tonight. Been magnificent. Look at his stats. 13 kicks. There's a free kick against Bays and hardly anything in it at all.
No free kick.
With some of the bumps that have been dealt out tonight, that was nothing. So North behind by 3 points. This to put them 3 in front. He's missed it again. I think a bit of justice there.
Yes. And amazingly, when players do get a lucky free kick, it's amazing how often they miss. It's incredible.
Yeah, plenty of pressure on out there, though, isn't there, Peter?
You know, there is. You wouldn't want to put your head down tonight, Bernie. There's Carter, bring it back into play. Cordy, even the pressure was on there. Jimmy Cracker, great skills. Look at that. But he's caught, drops it. Play on now, said the umpire, as the kick comes down towards centre wing. Martin played a magnificent third quarter, and he's starting off well again in this final quarter after a disastrous start where Coleman kicked 3 quick goals on him. Up towards half forward. Cracker is there, and Potter, who died out of it in the third quarter. Ross Smith has been one of the best players on the ground final. That must have been touched off the boot, I would think. There's German. Oh, touch of the fumbles there by Longmire, but it might come off. Ackley. Good play by David Ackley. Centre wing. Kicks long. Sets it up for the high flyers. 1 on 3 here. It's a loose one. Marcasiri. Open goal. Oh, he's missed again. So they're wasting opportunities. The difference now is 1 point in favour of Sydney Swans.
Yeah, big chance there. 2 goals, 3 to Mark Arsiri.
Well, since half-time, they've kicked 3-7 to 1-3. They could be a long way in front. Contested mark. Murphy over the back.
That was a Swans mark.
That's disgraceful.
That was a Murphy mark, no doubt in the world.
How could you play that? How could you play that? Look at Murphy.
Have a look at this.
Hands on it to Murphy, brings it down, and then Schwass grabbed it. And they still got it, Murphy.
Shocking decision.
So Wayne Schwass, he now has the chance to put North in front, although he's a long way out. Oh, what a kick. Wasn't missed by much. Fairly, but he's missed it, and the scores are level. North have kicked 3 behinds to level the scores.
John Kennedy, boy, is he no one could help but feel the emotion in this game. It's been a magnificent spectacle of football, this. The players have just gone in head first. No fear of getting hurt tonight from any player out in that ground. There's a mark. It's been taken by Martin since half-time.
Right on top of Tui in the second half.
Yeah, sensational since half-time. Michael Martin away from full-back without the pressure. There's a wobbly old kick. Who's there? Oh, good, safe mark, strong captain's mark by Dennis Carroll.
Well, these games often go down to the wire. Sydney and North Melbourne. Usually they're more high-scoring than this. 12 goals apiece. Schwass, smothered by Murphy. What a contest they've had. Murphy, a state player, and Schwass in his first season of league football.
Murphy's had 15 possessions.
And Schwass has had 16.
Well, a very even contest. There's the quick kick. There's Mitchell. There's Martin again. What a half of football this man is playing. Centre wing. And North have really dominated since half-time. They just haven't put the score on the board. Here it is. There's a bit of a fight going on behind the play, but let's get on with the football. Greg Williams is caught. Oh, lucky to get away with that. Eustace. Eventually it's a quick kick. Here comes Bolton. Here's a chance for the Sydney Swans. That was Murphy getting it towards the forward line. It's a push in the back, and it will go the Swans' way. And let's see, I think it's Gerard Healy.
Yep, free kick to Gerard Healy. In the back, the umpire paid.
Well, he's 40 metres out from goal. We see it in replay. Oh, boy, that was not a free kick.
A little bit of acting goes a long way.
Oh, a couple of shocking umpiring decisions we've seen. Look at that. That injury is definitely affecting the kicking of Healy. He would normally snaffle that one with his eyes closed.
Yeah, 2 goals to Gerard Healy. Very quiet night.
Well, 1 point the difference. Sydney Swans are in front again.
There's the kick in by Bryce. Mossop in the centre of the pack. Schwass. Ramiro. Up to half forward already. 2 against 2 here. Oh, you're in trouble, kill it. But he got back there well. Support by Tui. Umpire says play on. Tui pokes up the short pass. And the mark to Potter. In between wing and halfback. Potter's kick back to half forward. Whipped off the pack. Oh, it comes to the big man, Willis. Puts it out wide. Chance for Murphy. But he hooked the kick and kicks it behind. Well, neither team has kicked a goal in this quarter, and they've been peppering away.
Well, and how often do you see Murphy miss those? He normally rams those through.
Pressure of the situation, I think, Pete, isn't it? It's been tough on both sides.
Paul Bryce, bring it back into play. Oh, good mark to Mossop. That's what North Melbourne want. To Ackley. Ackley long. Over the back. This is McCarthy. He's got a loose man. A hand pass. Fred Allison. Open goal. Kicks. He's put it through.
Yes, well, they've threatened for a long time, North Melbourne. They should have really hit the front in that third quarter. Now, that's Allison kicking his 3rd goal. He's been a handy player. The medium-sized players, Callagh couldn't just quite hang on to that one. Spilled to John McCarthy. McCarthy to Allison, and on that left foot of his, very trusty left foot of his to Allison. Magnificent play by North Melbourne.
North in front by 4 points. The Swans move out of the centre, but it's hacked out of there by Longmire. Bit of a fumble by Murphy. It comes to Larkin. Larkin's kick fairly. Good mark.
They're right on top, Bernie.
Yeah, looking good, North Melbourne. Looking very good. Fairley took 13 marks last week against Carlton.
Fairley from right in front, 49 metres out. Great kick. Yes, it gets there.
Yes, Fairley's kicked 1 goal too, his first goal. And a very handy break there to North Melbourne, 10 points. Considering the Sydney Swans have not been able to score very easily in the second half. There's a good mark to Ian Fairley, and the kick from about 48 metres out. Good distance on that kick.
Well, a lot of the Swans players are down and they have to lift. Oh, here they come again. Asiri, a quick kick. Oh, the North Melbourne player was nicked then and the umpire let it go. Here's Bolton. Callett, they want a quick goal now. The Swans, let's see what they can do. Coleman and Healy. Oh, yes, and the champion ruck rover. He's good enough to come in, and this is when the good players lift.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And he's got very classy player, Gerard Healy.
Front position, he actually was caught behind and he is severely restricted, no doubt about it, by that groin injury. It's affected his kicking tonight. Let's hope for the Swans' sake it doesn't on this occasion as he comes in to kick the goal for his third. It's a high one. It's straight.
Yes, even though he has been restricted by that injury, there's no doubt about that. He's been moved onto the forward line, and I suppose any player who can kick 3 goals is a handy player. There's Healy. He worked his way to the front. He was caught behind. And he looked as if he slipped a little bit when he took that kick, but no worries with it. Right through the middle to Gerard Healy. Now, if they can get the other player, Greg Williams, to lift, they'll be right in this match.
Willis off the ground for the Swans. Henwood back on at centre half forward. North moving forward. Buckley, Larkin, out to Asiri. A lead by Harris.
Yes, and that's the importance there again of winning the ball out of the middle. And they've done it fairly well, North Melbourne. There's a pass from Asiri, spot on to Harris. He took the easy chest mark.
Well, Darren Harris had a chance to kick a couple in the third quarter. This for his first goal. And he's missed again. 3 behinds to Harris. And all very gettable. Although one where he played on and tried to thread the ball through a narrow opening. 5 points the margin.
Bernard Toohey. They're not out of it yet, the Swans. They've got a lot at stake. They may be able to lift Henwood. Oh, Buckley has done well tonight. Here's Jimmy Cracker. A quick kick. His goal. Yes.
Great little player, Jimmy Cracker. He's done all the hard things, and the chasing and the tackling. Cracker magic. There's no doubt about that. He's a fantastic little player. Good play here from Buckley. Feeds it out, knocks it on, and there's Jimmy Cracker kicking his third goal. Been in everything, Jimmy Cracker, a real inspirational player for North Melbourne.
Well, North slipping away now. Wright slips a hand pass away to Williams, who's had one of his quietest games for the season, perhaps. Smith loses out. Mitchell puts it wide. Running onto it is Wright. Running out of room. He hooks back. Not far enough. And through for a behind. Well, North Melbourne are not just playing for the pride of the club and just in this game, but they can improve 2 places on the ladder because half a game ahead of them, Richmond and the Brisbane Bears. So they can move to 10th on the ladder.
Well, we must remember they played very well against the Eagles a couple of weeks ago in Perth, and then a brilliant game against Carlton last week. There's a free kick to Craig Potter, who was brilliant early, but has died out a little bit. The short pass is on. It's too high. Healy slipped anyway. Higgins, and a very quiet play tonight, Leon Higgins. After a couple of very good performances. There's Paul Bryce. I'm sure he'll be playing at fullback next week. Longmire doing the ruck work. And Henwood over the back. Here's Paul Bryce again onto the right foot. Out wide, here's a race for the ball. What a terrific duel that between Schwass and Murphy. Schwass probably should have gone for the boundary line then. A bit of inexperience. Grabbed by Murphy. It's a high ball. In front is Coleman. Over the back, Paul Bryce. Can he play football?
And a 50-metre penalty.
Yeah, he's looked the goods, hasn't he, since he's gone to fullback. Some very impressive players, young players in this North Melbourne side. There's a mark to Bryce. I didn't see what the 50-metre penalty was for.
Bit of a mystery. Kick by Bryce to centre half forward. Jim Cracker. High tackle, free kick.
Yep, the first tackle was too high. I agree with the umpire there. It slipped down, but the first tackle definitely got him over the shoulder.
Yep, that's right. Spot on, Bernie. The camera showed that. The second tackle round the waist. But how quick was that, Drew? The way he grabbed that ball off the pack.
He can do what nearly nobody else can do. Distance bothering him, going for the torpedo. Touched on the line. But North by 11 points. Still the Swans within 2 straight kicks, and there's just less than 14.5 minutes left.
Well, I think it'll be a big surprise if the Swans won from here, the way North are playing. McCarthy, just Ross, here they come again. Buckley has done a great job on Greg Williams tonight. Buckley to Clarkson. Over the back is Rod Carter to fist it away. He's done his job. Clarkson demonstrating that he should have been a bit of shepherding there, I think.
Higgins back off the ground. He didn't get another touch after he came back on after the injury, replaced by Cordy. Boundary throw in, another chance for North, but the Swans see it out of bounds. Ben Buckley, number 14. He's done the job on Greg Williams tonight. Fairley and Byrne, but Kellett in front. Jim Cracker, not without a chance maybe. It's close! Oh, it hit the post. That was sailing through for a goal. He's kicked that from about the 14th row of the bleachers.
Oh, he is a champion little player. Well, the pressure on the Swans now, as the difference now is 2 goals. So that's 3 kicks they have to get. Oh, big fist away. Here's a chance. This is David Murphy for the Swans. Bring it down to the forward line. Healy over the back. Get a good mark to David Ackley. They've got a loose man too. Here they come again. This is Swass onto the left foot. Oh, they've got a further loose man if you can get it there. Clarkson. Clarkson to Ellison. Where's the lead? Harris calling for the high one. Harris at the back. Carter at the front. Knocked away by Steve right over the line and out of bounds.
Well, they're having to call deep into their reserves now, the Swans. I don't know whether the hard training regimen they go through with Tom Hafey is an advantage or a disadvantage at this stage. How are the legs? It's a ruck infringement. Free kick to Harris.
Oh, there's nothing much in that either, Pete. Nothing much at all.
Free kicks, well, there's nothing in it. 28 to 27, actually in favour of the Swans. Darren Harris still looking for his first goal. This time.
Yes, so Darren Harris has been a good player at full forward since he moved there. He's kicked 1 goal 3. But more importantly, he's given the North Melbourne side a good target. There's a free kick. What was it for? Let me see. I think Rod Carter was only standing his ground and Darren Harris backed into him. Kick from Darren Harris, the first good kick at goal that he's had.
Well, 3 goals to difference. There wasn't much in that free kick as the camera showed. I agree with Bernie Quinlan, but there's a hand pass by Longmire out to Swass, who's playing a very good quarter. Wayne Swass, Jimmy Cracker. Couldn't take the mark. Let's see if he can go back and get it. No, Tui's there. Ramiro, here comes Cracker. You can't keep him out of it for long. Graham Cordy. Tui looks very tired. Bernard Tui, they could do with a goal right now. Healy. He's just not the same player tonight, Healy, with that injury. Dean McRae. Out of defence. Long. Good play. Clarkson, what a good mark. Running at full pace on centre wing.
Clarkson's pass is good to Ramiro.
Oh, 50.
Against Potter. And he's been reported.
Oh, no.
I agree with the 50, but I don't think there was a report there.
No. Two umpires. Well, if that was reportable, I'll eat my hat.
Very late on the tackle. No, there was no striking there. Definitely none.
Maybe the 50, Drew, but certainly not the report.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about the 50, but I don't think there's too much worries with that report.
Jose Ramiro in his first game. 9 kicks, a hand pass and a mark. Still looking for his first score in league football. With the assistance of a 50-metre penalty, he'll be kicking from about 40. Might nearly sew it up if he kicks it. Hit the post. It was probably harder to do than kick the goal.
He's not a very long kick, Bernie.
Oh, he kicked about 30 metres at maximum, I think, at the moment, Pete.
And he did one of those down the other end, a very similar kick. Here's a mark at half-back by Neil Cordy, who's been pretty quiet tonight. Not very often you could say that about him this year. Murphy and Schross, what a duel that's been. Bolton has died out of the game in the second half. Back to Murphy. He looks tired, David Murphy. Schross. Cracker. Over the back. Jimmy Cracker. Oh, look at that. A quick kick. Oh, his beautiful play, Rod Carter. To Mitchell. Short. Wayne Henwood hasn't done much at all since coming on the ground. Henwood going with the long bomb towards full forward. Coleman. He fisted it down. Potter. Oh, North too good in defence. McRae. And they've got a loose man out there. This is Jose Ramiro. Oh, no, it's not. It's Ellison.
Into Larkin. North running the Swans off their legs at the moment. Larkin's kick to full forward. Harris stands his ground. Cracker roves. Jim Cracker in the goal square. Still a chance. Siri off the ground, but he missed it.
I've never seen Bernie a side go in as hard as what North Melbourne have tonight.
No, there's plenty of promise there for North Melbourne next year. I think John Kennedy will be very happy with their performance.
You know, in this quarter, North have kicked 4-8 to 1-3. 12 shots to 4.
Well, you could see it happening just before half-time. They started to get the momentum. Here's Clarkson. Marcus Siri going for goal. Is this his third? No, it's not. It's offline and through for a point. So what's that, Drew? 4-9.
Yeah, and Siri has kicked 2-5.
Well, he's played a great game. Rod Carter had wondered what's hit him tonight, the way that ball's coming down.
Back short of the centre of the ground. Thump up the ground by Eustace. Right, up they go to Bays. Wobbles one off the right boot. Boundary line for McRae is good enough. With just 8.5 minutes remaining, well, you couldn't see the Swans coming back. They'd have to turn this right around.
It's at half forward, and I'd say they've got virtually no hope of winning this game the way they're playing. Here's a chance, though, for Mitchell. It drops short. Steve Wright. Is that a free kick? No, as he goes over the line. Steve Wright thought it was a free kick. But 16-17 plays 13-15. Well, there is time.
Well, it's pretty hard, though, Pete. They've only kicked 2 goals since half-time, and they need more than that to win the game.
They're really not playing well enough to do it. But here's Bays. 2 quick goals that helped them. Henwood. Ducking back was Coleman. Couldn't get there. He's died out of it in the second half since Paul Bryce went onto him.
Since half-time, it's been 7-14 to 2-7. So if North had kicked straight, they'd have bolted it. Bryce put out of it by Coleman. Free kick to Bryce.
Gee, they've blooded some good young players in recent weeks, Drew. They've got rid of a few of the oldies.
You can draw a line between North this year and Collingwood last year. The Magpies finished 12th last year, and they did it with a lot of youngsters. They gave them a season of league football. North done that this year. Here's Wright. Great desperation by Bryce. Comes to Potter. Goal square job. Nearly bounced through. It was touched.
Yeah, I think Glenn Coleman got his fingers to it.
7 minutes and 20 seconds of play left in this game. There's Coleman. He kicked 5 in the first half, none in the second so far. It's at half back. Oh, here he comes again, Wayne Schwass. But he can't keep it in play. He's been most impressive, young Schwass, on a brilliant player in David Murphy.
Yeah, he's stuck to his job, Schwass. He's really worried Murphy out of it tonight.
Been pretty even, though. Murphy has been one of the Swans' better players. There's Michael Byrne. Back it goes. Schwass again. And look at that desperation, and every North player has played like that tonight.
Well, clock running down now, just under 7 minutes left in the match. And the Swans look a bit legless. Is this the same team that at one stage in the second half last week against Fitzroy kicked 17 goals to 1? Now, after half-time tonight, they've kicked 2.
Well, some people claim the game last week, North Melbourne and Carlton, was one of the best games they've ever seen. So their form is holding up.
The North haven't had a win in 6 weeks. Their draw was against Collingwood, and last week they lost in the last kick of the day to Carlton, the premiers. There's a free kick going back here to North Melbourne. To Smith. Half-back flank, outer side. Pity the crowd wasn't bigger tonight. It was worthy of a final-size crowd. Whoa! A sensational mark by McCarthy.
Oh, that was a magnificent mark to McCarthy. Look at that leap. That's a mark of the night.
Up towards half-forward. We saw Steve Silvani earlier in the year. What about that one to McCarthy? Here's Bolton. Oh, they're under enormous pressure. Eustace loses it to Bays. Bays, a long kick. Coleman. Mark. Yes. Glenn Coleman. Oh, he's played on. A hand pass. Oh, this might come unstuck. No. Bolton. Quick kick. In front of goal. Mitchell. Goal.
Very lucky to get away with that, the Swans, and they know it too. Very lucky indeed. The North Melbourne defender could have thumped it through. Had the chance to, but decided to try to take possession of it. Here it is. It should have been thumped through here. Shoulder Bolton. He nearly made a mess of that too. Mitchell.
He smothered the kick and was lucky it came back to him in the field of play. Well, just 13 points the difference, and funnier things have happened. Just over 5 minutes left. Mossop. Bays. And a pretty quiet player, Mark Bays.
Oh.
And John Longmire started at full forward, moved back to defence, getting experience all the time, just 17 years of age. Up to half forward, good mark to Graham Cordy. And the Swans can mount an attack from defence here. Kellett. Whoa! Duck the high one from McRae. Kellett's kick, one out duel. Oh, Mitchell overran it. It comes back to Ackley, and North out of trouble through our series.
Oh, bounce of the ball. Certainly helped them there. The mark taken by Brett Allison. Swings onto the left foot. He'll go long right down the middle, and long all right. 60-metre kick. Cracker. Jimmy Cracker. Over the top of the pack. Brilliant mark by the little rover. 50.
He's been fantastic tonight, Jimmy Cracker. He's done all the hard things as well as roving fantastically well in that forward pocket and taking the big screamers as well.
50 metres out. Jimmy Cracker. 15 kicks, 6 handballs. Fisted away by the Swans, but it's over the line, and North Melbourne won't mind that because there's only 4 minutes of play left in this game, and they lead by 13 points in a ripper game here at the MCG tonight.
You know, North led by about this much at about the same stage of the game last week, and Carlton got up to beat them with 3 seconds left. So North would be aware of it. Bolton gets the hand pass away. Swans running out of defence. Kellett maybe took a step too many. Bounces near the centre. Larkin. Bryce. Tackled when he didn't have it. Goes to Martin. Bounces through the pack. All the Swans back here, though. Tui. And he sees the ball out. Well, that'll use up time, Bernard Tui. Time you haven't got.
Well, they really need to keep it in there. A quick goal, and they still had time. But it's still deep in that forward line for North Melbourne. The fist away. Comes back to Tui. Out of defence. Henwood, a good mark, a very good mark. Or was it a push out?
Yep.
It was a push out. The umpire said a push in the back.
Well, I missed that one, Pete. I did not see that.
Well, let's have a look.
Oh, no.
Oh, a little one.
Not much. Not much when you see some of the others I let go.
Well, there's Mossop towards the pocket. Caught was Eustace. Over the line goes the ball. 2 minutes and 40 seconds of play left.
And the Swans need 2 goals won to get a draw. Big climb at the back. Comes down to Potter, who's won 1 million possessions tonight. Carroll breaks away from Martin. Can the Swans mount a last-ditch effort? Coleman after it. Bryce beats him to it. Well played by Bryce. And McRae sees it out over the boundary line. And all the time that ticks away gives the Swans less of a chance to get up.
What a shame for the Swans. They can't use Gerard Healy up where the action is on the ball. They're just using him down in that forward pocket. There's a quick kick by Fairley, and eventually it goes over the line. A frustrated Stephen Wright. Time has run out for the Swans. They're down by 13 points, but they won't have time to get that score. Here's Fairley. There's a greatly improved player, Ian Fairley. Pallett has taken the mark. Wards off Jose Ramiro. A high ball. Healy, centre of the pack. Tries to take the mark. Now he grabs it. Smothered magnificently. Healy valiantly trying to get it out to Coleman. Coleman, Steve Wright. Wright kicks. And Steve Wright, I think he's missed and put it through for a behind. As the clock ticks down, 1 minute and 10 seconds of play left.
Well, it is within 2 kicks to get the draw, and they're on their forward line. Smith, oh, he gets it well out of there with a long kick. Cracker magic. Oh, Swans left it for Arceri. The ball's out anyway. Under a minute left, which is not enough time for the Swans to get a couple of goals, considering they've only kicked 3 since half-time.
It's on that half-forward line for the Swans. Murphy still trying hard, but he ran the ball out of bounds. And they've tried valiantly, the Swans, but I'll tell you what, I think North Melbourne would have just about rolled anyone tonight except Hawthorn, the way they've played. They've been absolutely fierce. There's Potter, and he's pretty fierce himself. Still at half forward for the Swans. Time ticking away as we see a free kick paid on that half back line to North Melbourne, and the youngster, Jose Ramiro.
Might nearly get the last kick of the game. 10 seconds left. Towards the wing. Oh, McCarthy up again. Couldn't take the mark. Mitchell a bit of a toe poke up the ground. Clash of bodies still. There's the siren. Well, what a victory it was by North Melbourne, who were 3rd from the bottom. The Swans out of the 5 on percentage.